the cap, cut 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 the cap,
cut the cap. Ooh, one more time.
Cut the cap, cut the cap, cut the cap.
Hey, yo, what is good, YouTube? What's good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks, host of When Persona Interviews, and one half of the host of What's Up PlayStation Podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And welcome, everybody. Welcome here. Welcome.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
Cut the cap. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. I thought about it. I'm like, yo, this show has to be named Cut the Cap Part 2. Halo Edition. And man, oh man, do we have a good show today. Man, do we have a great show. But before we get into anything, you know, I got to shout out the lovely people here in the chat, man, because, you know, I appreciate y'all so much that support me and support the channel, support the content and whatnot. Yo, Oblivious 334, what's good, man? Cut the cap.
Cut the cap.
You already know. Yo, Rollo got in the building. Rollo, what's good with you, man? Yo, Plus Ultra, what's good, man? Appreciate you. DBZ Extreme, what's going on with you, bro? E Kim, what is going on with you? Jedi Johnny 5 in the building. Jedi, how you feeling today, man? Yo, T-Mang Fu in the building. T-Mang, what's going on with you? Yo, Terry Henderson in the building. Terry, how you feeling today? Yo, Slink SC in the building. Slink, how you feeling today, man? Andrew Wilkins in the building. Halo getting delayed for the third time, like I said. Give me my flowers, LO. Yo, Andrew, what's good, man? Appreciate you, bro. Yo, Phil Collins, what's good, man? Appreciate you. Yo, we know Halo Infinite winning goatee. Cut the cap. Oh, man.
Cut the cap.
Phil Collins, you might want to cut the cap. Yo, Dan Gill, what's good, man? Sup, Persona and the Pegasus Nation. Yo, shout out to Optimus Cole. Optimus definitely coins that term, the Pegasus Nation. Yo, shout out to Optimus, man. Yo, Henry Heck in the building. Henry, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate you, man. Yo, Impatient Fire in the building. Impatient, how you feeling today, sir? Or madam? Yo, Marcus Moore, what's going on with you, bro? Appreciate you. Yo, Lorenzo Carson in the building. This gonna be a good one. You already know. The Unknown, what's going on with you, bro? Appreciate you. Yo, Rafe the Emperor. Rafe, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate you, bro. Yo, Dom P in the building. Dom, how you feeling today? Yo, Fabian Vargas in the building. Fabian, what's going on with you, man? Mr. Go Try Hard Guy Uchiha in the building. What is going on with you, Mr. Go Try Hard Guy? Martin DS, how you feeling today, sir? Yo, Gaming Night in the building. What is going on with you, Gaming Night? Appreciate you coming through, bro. Appreciate you always. Yo, Requiem of Demons. Yo, Requiem, what's going on with you, bro? One of the best names on YouTube, Requiem of Demons. Such a dope name. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yo, Philip Sin 22 in the building. Philip, how you feeling today, man? Yo, South Star in the building. Cut the cap breaker.
Cut the cap.
Ooh-wee. Yo, Quanvo, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you, Quanvo. Yo, Corey Macy in the building. Corey, what's good, bro? Chris Righteous, the second best lisp on YouTube. Chris Righteous, how are you feeling today, sir? Who else is here? I just want to make sure I want to get everybody, man. You know, I want to get everybody. Shout out to the early birds, man. Ryan, the Alchemist. Appreciate you. Yo, Issa was one of the early birds. Shout out to Fox and Around. Austin, appreciate you, bro. Terry was one of the early birds as well. Jedi was one of the early birds. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Shout out to everybody here right now. T-Mang Fu in the building. T-Mang, I don't know if I said what's up to you. What's good, T-Mang? I appreciate you, bro. Yo, KL in the building. KL, how are you today? Strictly Gaming. Shout out to my boy Strictly, appreciate you coming through, bro. The Humorous L-Man. What's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. Who else is here, man? I just want to make sure I get everybody, man. Y'all know I try to shout y'all. Yo, E Kim, what's good? I think I said what's up to you, E Kim. Appreciate you. I just want to make sure I get everybody, man. You know, Sam Ash in the building. Juan Sosa, what's good, Juan? Mooch in the building. Shout out to my boy Mooch. We had him on What's Up PlayStation podcast this past Saturday, man. Such a good show. Such a good dude, man. It was really good having a nice good gaming discussion with Mooch this past Saturday, man. Shout out to Mooch. Appreciate you, Mooch. Appreciate you, man. Yo, King Queso, what's good, man? He said, big homie, finally recovering from COVID. Yo, Queso, you had COVID? What? You had COVID, bro? Oh man, I wish I knew, man. Yeah, I hope you good, man. I'm glad you recovering. You definitely in my prayers, man. I'm definitely hoping for a very, very speedy recovery, King Queso. Chat, make sure you send your blessings, send your love to Queso, King Queso in the chat. You know, make sure he get healthy and recovers from that COVID, man. I hope you're good over there, King Queso, honestly. Yo, Black Forest, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you. My boy Bari in the building.
Cut the cap.
Cut the bomber clot cat, man. Yo, Bari, you already know. Appreciate y'all so much, man. I really do. Yo, post ups, Lil Rodney. Yo, what's good, post up, Lil Rodney. Appreciate you, man. Yo, Amanda in the building. Amanda, how you feeling today? Lorenzo, I think I said what's up to you. What's good, Lorenzo? Appreciate you. Oh, you vaccinated, so you caught it even with being vaccinated. Oh man. Yo, King Queso, man. Honestly, I'm sending you all my energy, man. Everybody give your energy to King Queso, man. He need that spirit bomb, man. He need that spirit bomb of energy so he could get that super speedy recovery, man. We need him good out here in these streets so he could continue to play these great games. We don't want Queso missing out on no good games, man. So, send all your energy to Queso, man. Send all your energy. All right, I want to say something real quick to you guys. I want to have a serious moment with you guys for just a second. Just a second, right? I'm going to have a really serious moment. So I was on a spaces earlier with Optimus Code. Shout out to Optimus Code, by the way. It was Optimus and it was the Ash and Luca. Shout out to both of them. Right, really good spaces, man. It was really deep space, man. Pause. That did not sound right. It was a really good spaces, very intellectual. It was a very good conversation and whatnot, right? A very good spaces. And the conversation was about fanboys and console wars and all these different things and how like people take things too far or whatever the case may be, or things are, whatever the case is, we know how that it is in the gaming community where people tend to take things too far, or where people tend to, don't keep it within the realm of gaming. And when they do take things outside the realm of gaming, they hide behind the guise of, oh, well, it's video games, or I'm a gamer, or I'm just speaking all this other shit. They hide behind gaming as their scapegoat for acting the way they act, right? One thing I want to make very clear, and I really don't have to tell for the day ones, for the people that watch me regularly, right? If you watch me here on YouTube and you follow me on Twitter and things like that, one of the things that I feel like I don't have to say this to y'all, but for any new people that might watch me or might find my channel and whatnot, one of the things that I think everyone needs to understand about me personally, right? I'm only speaking about myself here, is I keep everything here gaming, right? I always keep it gaming. I always keep it about video games. I always keep it about, even my disagreements, it's all about gaming, right? It never gets outside the realm of gaming with personal attacks, right? I'm never about that. But unfortunately, within this community, we have people like that, right? Which is crazy because, it's like, as much as even within the console war space, it's really all supposed to be just jokes with a lot of this stuff. But we know when it comes to a lot of people here, it's not jokes, right? But I want to put the disclaimer out there now, especially when it comes to this topic, right? With this Halo topic, right? If you and your feelings about this stuff, or if this stuff really makes you angry to the point where you need to attack people personally, this is not the place for you, right? I'm always going to keep it real about PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo all the time, right? DBZ Extreme. Wait, this ain't a red pill chat? Nah, this ain't no red pill chat. Even though I am red pill, but anyway. But even when it comes to, to me, my thoughts and views when it comes to gaming, if you don't agree with what I say, and I say to you guys, I say this stuff to you guys all the time. If you don't agree, you know, it's free. You guys are free to disagree in the chat. You guys know I love that stuff. Like, you know, I love when we have a conversation, a back and forth and all that. I love that stuff, right? Disagree. I always tell you guys, try to disagree respectfully. Like, you know, you can like, oh, you're not making no sense. You sounded kind of stupid here. Whatever. You know, that stuff is fine, but you know, taking it too personal. But my whole thing is this: people that disagree with me and hate me, why are you here? Why are you listening? Why are you following me? Why block me on Twitter, mute me, block my YouTube, things like that, so that you don't ever have to see anything that I post ever again. With this gaming space, it's very weird that people don't use one of the most powerful tools on the internet, which is the block, the mutes. That stuff works for a reason. If you truly don't care what I have to say, or if you truly don't like what you're hearing, you don't have to stay here. And I want everyone to understand that, man. You don't have to be, you don't have to stay here. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to, if you don't like what I say or whatever the case may be. People in this space tend to get in their feelings about gaming, right? As much as people like to say, oh, gaming is just a joke, you know, these are just jokes, or, you know, we don't take it that serious, all this other stuff. People are always in their feelings and they bring that shit to me, right? Bro, whoever you are, you don't have to listen to what I have to say. You truly don't have to listen to what I have to say. It's that simple. But you want to hear what I have to say because you're curious, because a part of you believes that what I'm saying is true, and your subconscious won't allow you to not hear what I have to say.
Cut the cap.
And that's perfectly fine. But I say this all the time. This internet stuff, man, a lot of people in this space are really weird, really socially awkward, right? And it's like, yo, go outside and talk to some women. Go see a therapist. I don't know what you need to do, but for some people, like, because clearly people in your real life aren't going to tell you this. So some random guy like myself on the internet has to say it. So I'm going to be the one to say it. Go outside and talk to people. Go outside and talk to women. Go see a therapist. Go see a psychologist. Go get on Prozac or whatever the fuck you need to get on to not be this way anymore. Because it's not good. It's not healthy for you. Never mind me. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for this gaming community, and you look weird, right? So if no one in your real life is going to tell you this, your Uncle Persona is going to tell you this. Your Uncle Persona is going to tell you, go outside, talk to people. Even if it's kind of weird, sort of weird, still continue to do it. If you mess up, do it again the next day, right? Go outside and talk to women. If you don't if you're not able to get the first girl, you keep trying. It's a numbers game. Keep talking to women. Go to the gym. Go see a therapist. Talk your problems out so that you can be a better person within this space. Because there clearly is something wrong with some of these people in this space because of how they act, right? And I'm not talking about making fun of consoles and all this stuff, or speaking critically about something that you disagree with within the community. I'm speaking about people who are outright weird, disrespecting people. And look, this is the internet. I ain't trying to police the internet because it's the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck I look like trying to police the internet? I ain't, not at all. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people in this space who, you know, racist, bigoted, ignorant, whatever the case may be, or they take this gaming stuff too far to where it's outside the realm of gaming, and that shit is just, it's trash. It's trash, and you need to go see a therapist or something, man. I'm being so honest. Go see a therapy. Go seek help. Go talk to your mom and your dad, whoever. I don't know, but you need to go do something, because sitting on the internet and doing what you do is not healthy. It's not healthy. With that being said, that's my disclaimer, right? Today, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. And I think some people that listen to this aren't going to like it. Some people that hear this are going to get angry. Some people that hear this are going to say, oh, well, Persona, you're just a PlayStation fanboy, Persona. You're just a PlayStation fanboy. Why should we listen to you? Why should we hear what you have to say, Persona?
I'm a gaming politician. competition, Persona. I shouldn't hear what you have to say. You are a PlayStation fanboy. You don't care about gaming. Game Pass is the future, Persona. You just hate Game Pass. Game Pass is living in your head rent-free, Mr. Persona. And I don't like it.
And you know what I have to say about that?
Cut the cap. 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 Cut the cap.
You gotta cut the cap. Ladies and gentlemen, I said this on my Cut the Cap show last week. Cut the cap. It's time to cut the cap, right? And this is where I say things are getting really, they're getting sad now, right? It's getting to the point where PlayStation fans are gonna have to swoop in and save the day again, right? Because see, guys, what do I always say, you guys? Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. What does that mean? That means exactly what I said. Those who do not know the past are doomed to repeat it. Go back a year, maybe a year and 2 months now, right? But go back a year or so to when Halo was first shown, right? You know what? Before we say that, let me put the disclaimer out there, right? I want to put the disclaimer again, because I want to be abundantly clear to everyone that listens to this now live and people that listen to this later. My disclaimer is this: I do not want any game to fail. I do not want any game, regardless of what console it is on. I do not want any game to fail. I have always stood by that. I will always stand by that. I do not want any game to fail. I do not hate any developer. I dislike a few, like CD Projekt Red, but I don't hate anyone. You get what I'm saying? I dislike CD Projekt Red, and you already know my whole stance on that. I don't like them, right? But in terms of developers, I have a tremendous amount of respect for developers within this community and within this space, and I understand the hard work that goes into trying to create a game and things like that and ship a game out. So, if there are any developers that might hear this or listen to this, that is my disclaimer before I start speaking about this whole Halo situation, right? And the other part of it is this. You guys know how I attack a lot of these subjects within the gaming community. I always try to come at it from a communal standpoint, because oftentimes a lot of people within this community do not keep the same energy, and oftentimes a lot of people within this community sometimes it's the community that is a part or responsible for the downfall for a lot of for some things. Not a lot, some. Let me be very specific with my wording here. Sometimes the community is the cause of the downfall for some things. Sometimes some things when it happens with some of these games. We're going to show some today. Complacency, acceptance, overlooking. A lot of these things are happening right now, and it needs to stop. It's time to
Cut the cap.
It's time to cut the cap, right? Because now it's starting to really look bad. So back to what I was saying, right? Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. What does that mean? It means exactly what I'm saying. If you do not know history, if you do not know what has happened in the past, oftentimes it is inevitable that you will make those same mistakes again, right? Let's look at the situation right now. With Halo last year, go back a year and a half, maybe, not a year and a half, a year and like 2 or 3 months, right? When Halo was first shown at the conference, there was a lot of it definitely had some noticeable issues, right? And granted, it was a technical, not a technical test, excuse me, but it was a vertical slice or whatever you want to call it, whatever excuse you want to put out there to make yourself feel better about it. When we saw Halo last year, it did not look appealing to the eye, right? I don't care what anyone is trying to tell you. Oh, well, it's a shooter, so it's not supposed to look that good. It's this and that. But then we look at games like Call of Duty and Battlefield that look beautiful. Yo, Dewan, what's good, man? We look at games like Battlefield and Call of Duty that look beautiful, both online and story, right? So when we saw Halo and we saw how off it was looking, pop-ins, janky, a lot, there was a lot of noticeable things wrong with it. A lot of people in the community, what did they say to you guys? You were there. You seen the podcast, you seen the tweets, you seen the articles, you seen what people were saying, and I'm talking community all the way up to influencers in the media. Oh, well,
Well, I gotta be honest with you, Mr. Persona. It looked fine to me. I didn't really see an issue. Oh, they still got time to develop and fix those issues. Oh, I don't really see that issue. Oh, I'm gonna be playing online anyway, so that doesn't really matter. I mean, Mr. Persona, it's not really that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Let them put the game out. The game looks fine. You guys are overreacting. You're not even gonna play the game anyway.
right? A lot of people, and listen, these were glaring issues that people saw and voiced. And you had a lot of people, albeit Xbox, a lot of this was coming from the Xbox side. Let's be honest here, guys. Let's keep it a stack. Let's be honest. A lot of this was coming from the Xbox side. A lot of Xbox fans or fanboys or whatever, however you want to call it, were very dismissive of the issues. Oh, well, it's not that big a deal, right? You fast forward, so the game gets delayed. The Craig meme comes out, right? The game gets delayed. Everyone is making, Stardust, what's good, bro? Let me get the super chat from Andrew Wilkins. My fault, Andrew. Andrew, I appreciate you for the $5 super chat, bro. So he says, the problem with getting vaccinated is that you still can catch it and spread it. Shots only lessen symptoms. Vaccines wear off after every 4 months, though. Yeah, I know they're doing the booster shots and whatnot. Okay. So, we fast forward to a little, once that gameplay was shown last year, the jokes started flying. It was the Craig meme, the birth of the Craig meme, jokes all over the place. Everyone saw that there was issues. Everyone saw that there were issues except for the Xbox diehards, the Microsoft diehards, the Game Pass diehards, whatever they want to call themselves now. Everyone saw issues, right? The game gets delayed. Rightfully so. Because when it comes to showing off, and again, this is the thing that's crazy to me. When it comes to showing off a product, you want to show off the best version of that, because first impressions are everything, especially when it comes to the gaming space. First impressions are everything. So rightfully so, 343 and team and Microsoft and Phil Spencer and everybody, they made the decision to delay the game a year. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. We give them a round of applause for that. We give them a round of applause. Holy shit. Hold up, guys. Yo, my whole fucking... I'm still talking. My whole fucking thing just kind of like messed up on me. Hold up, yo, I'm telling you guys, this shit is crazy. I'm probably gonna have to. Okay, we can hold it for now. I kind of don't want to. How does that sound? Do I sound clear there? Jesus Christ. Let me set this. I want to prop this up. Do I sound clear there? Do I sound clear? I sound fine? Okay. So that's the whole thing, right? You get, shit, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, okay. So the game gets delayed, rightfully so. Another round of applause for 343. So the game gets delayed. Rightfully so. Right? So we fast forward to now, and the technical tests happen. We know that the multiplayer is going to be free to play, all this great stuff, right? All right, hoorah! Oh wow! Oh my God, it's so amazing! Oh my God, 343, you're knocking it out the park! Oh, I'm so happy! 343 is so amazing. You know how they get. You know how the fans get, right? You know how the fanboys get. oh my God, 343 is the greatest thing since sliced bread. There's no PlayStation developer doing this. There's no PlayStation developer. You know how the fanboys get. I don't need to specify. You guys know, right? So we fast forward to now, right? And we more news starts coming out, and you guys and girls, you know how this works. The closer you get to a game's launch, you start finding out the true news about the game. So we find out that 343 is that the co-op is not going to be in the game at launch. We find out that Forge is not going to be there at launch. This stuff is going to be brought to you out over seasons, right? So season 1 is going to introduce co-op for the campaign. Season 2 is going to introduce Forge, right? And 343 said seasons will be every 3 months. When it starts, we don't know yet. We still don't know the date either, right? But you see things like this are missing from the game, and more so the co-op, because co-op has been in every single Halo game, right? And that is as much as people like, oh well, I'm not gonna play a co-op. You know how they get. You know what you see? Oh well, I'm not gonna play co-op. I don't know anyone that plays Halo co-op. I don't know anyone who cares about Forge, right? People like to use their anecdotal experiences with something to pass it off as to cast a wide net over an entire community. Because they're not utilizing something, that means it's not that big a deal to them. And fair enough, right? So someone who doesn't play, for me, for example, right? For someone like me who doesn't really play Call of Duty campaigns, that's not really a focus of mine, right? So rightfully so. But the thing here that's crazy for me personally is how accepting and the excuses that a lot of people within this community are using to kind of mitigate or damage control people's gripes, right? And this is something that I have said quite a few times, and not saying it to bash. Again, people think when you mention Game Pass, that means you hate the service, you're trying to bash the service. It's like, no, listen, I've said this to you guys before, and I'll say it again. If you want to buy and support Game Pass, do what you do. I'm not here to tell you not to buy Game Pass, right? I'm here to give you my thoughts on why things are happening the way they are. And if we're really being honest, if we look at how things have played out so far, things are happening the way I and many other people within this community have said they will for quite some time. And this isn't the only example, but this is the problem here. This is the biggest problem here for me. And it comes with the lack of respect for, it's threefold, right? This is layered. So stick with me here, guys. This is layered. The first layer is the lack of respect for the gamer. Very disrespectful, in my opinion, right? Obviously, this is my opinion. This is not fact, right? The second layer is the lack of respect for the franchise, right? This is Halo, right? Halo is the face of Xbox. Halo, when you think Xbox, when you think Microsoft, you think Halo. Halo is a highly respected franchise. It is a highly respected game. It does hold weight within this community, or it used to, or it should, or whatever the case may be, right? And the fact that, and again, this is just my opinion, guys. Oh, a persona, who are you? The fact that Halo is being, the way Halo is, what's happening with Halo right now, in my opinion, is not looking too good. Like it definitely doesn't look like a lot of respect is being put into this franchise, right? Again, you look at games like Call of Duty, as much as people like to hate COD, right? As much as people love to hate on, oh, Call of Duty comes out every year and it's always the same thing. And then, the same usual tripes that people use. Call of Duty releases complete. There's a story, you can do split screen and all this other stuff. There's all types of features and things like that. There's the campaign, there's the zombies, there's the multiplayer, there's the battle, right? Everything releases complete. the thing that I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around when it comes to this is, 343 is a 700 plus developer studio. From my understanding, it's been them, and then other studios have been helping them with the development process as well. The thing that I'm not understanding is, why is this game releasing in such a bare bones state? We still don't, and a lot of people like to point to, and listen, the pandemic has definitely been hard on all of us, right? The pandemic definitely was a very different time for a lot of us, and getting through that time has definitely been a tough decision. Not a tough decision, but it's definitely been an uphill battle for, I'm sure, a lot of us here and a lot of us within the community, within the industry, within the community, developers and all that, and I'm not taking away from anybody's experiences during the pandemic, right? We've all had a tough time in the pandemic, but I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy right now, and so brace yourselves, guys. Despite all of us being in a pandemic, I think all of us here, right? Let me just ask you guys a question. For all of us here, did you still have to get up, and even if you were working from home or if you were going out, did you still have to get up and go to work? Did you still have to get up and do your job? Did you still have to, did you still have responsibilities with your kids and your house and mortgage and bills? There were still deadlines and responsibilities for a lot of us that needed to be met. You get what I'm saying? Again, take time to heal. There's definitely going to be hardships, and certain deadlines, quotas, and things like that are definitely not going to be met. I understand that. The pandemic, all these different things, I understand that 1,000,000%, right? And I'm not taking that away from anybody or anyone's experience. I want to express that because, again, I know for a lot of us, the pandemic has definitely been hard for a lot of people. So I understand, right? But see, here's the thing. Even with all of that, the pandemic was only a year and a half. Halo has been in development for 6 years. What about the other 4.5 years? This is a 700-person studio with help from other studios. What were you doing all this time? That's the part that people need to understand. What have you been doing all this time? Even if we gave you the year and a half, fine, right? Let's throw them a bone. The year and a half, okay. What about the other 4.5 years? What about that? Shout out to No Cap Podcast. Shout out to my boy Sick Human TV. Appreciate you. $5 super chat. He says, cut the cap.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
No Cap Pie. He said, cut the cap. I approve of this message. Let's promote cutting the cap aggressively.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
Aggressively. And so that is my question. I still had to get up and do my job. You had to still get up and do your job. You still had to get up and take care of your kids, take care of the house, make sure you were at work on time, make sure you did your work, met deadlines and things like that. You all still had to do that. We all of us around the world still had to do that. Fine, right? We want to throw them a bone, give them some slack. Fine, because again, I think we all can understand how hard developing is. I think we all can understand how hard it is to be a developer, how much work goes into it and things like that. And again, like I said at the beginning of the show, I am not taking anything from a developer and how hard it is to work and do those jobs and get things out the door. I acknowledge that, I understand it. I think we all here in this chat understand. We understand. But again, you have to ask the question, what about the other 4.5 years? 6 years this game's been created? what's going on? And it's funny because as greedy and as money hungry as people like to call Activision and COD, you still are getting a full, complete experience. Vanguard is a full, complete experience. Every year, every single year, Call of Duty provides you a full, complete experience. Every single year. I have to ask the question, 343, Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, Aaron Greenberg. I have to ask the question, what about the other 4.5 years? What was going on during that time that features like this aren't ready to go at launch, even after a delay, right? Because then you have to ask yourself the other question, well, shit, if this ain't here now, what was not going to be there last year? And I gotta be straight with you guys. And again, this is my speculation. This is something that I just think, right? This is not, fact or anything like that. Let me put that disclaimer out there. But I personally think that had the game released last year, it would have only been the multiplayer. And the campaign would have released later. Or episodic or something like that. I truly believe that because I find it hard to believe that features like this that are pivotal and a core part of the Halo experience not being a part of Halo at launch. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, that's not really that big a deal. Again, I play Halo solo. I play it like this. I play it like that. Make all these excuses, right? And it's like, listen, no, because I see a lot of people making this excuse, trying to make this comparison to The Last of Us Part 2, which we're going to talk about, right? A lot of people are trying to say, oh, well, what about the, and see, and this is the other part of it, right? Before I even start talking about The Last of Us 2, this is the other part of it, right? You ever was like some of the people in this community, very childish when it comes to like debating or being able to admit when something's wrong or admit when something's not right? Very childish, right? Because it's like, remember when you were kids? I don't know how many of us grew up with siblings or had friends at school, and I'm sure all of us had friends and whatever, but I'd rather use siblings because siblings, it happened more. But you ever growing up with think back to when you were a kid, right? Growing up with your siblings, your brothers and your sisters, right? And you guys do something, you break a lamp or you do something wrong or whatever the case may be, or one of you get in trouble, right? Say one of you get in trouble, right? So your mom or your dad is like, oh, well, son or daughter, you're grounded for a week because you did this, this, and this, right? And then the kid comes back and say, but mom,
he did it too. He was there with me. He broke it too. We did it together.
Next thing you know, you and your sibling snitched on you, and now you grounded for 2 weeks too. Damn, bruh. 2 wrongs don't make a right, bruh. What you snitching for?
Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
What you snitching for, bruh? What's wrong with you? Now I'm grounded for 2 weeks too, right? That's how a lot of people are. And you're pointing out the disparities or the disdain that you have for Halo Infinite, and the first thing they run to is, oh, well, Persona. What about The Last of Us Part 2? The Last of Us Part 2 released with no multiplayer, Persona. Were you talking about that, Persona? Huh? What about that? Where was the PlayStation community when they were talking about that? Huh? How did you feel about that? You didn't say anything, right? And it's like, bro, instead of you admitting, yeah, man, it's crazy that, this stuff is not releasing at launch, or, because let's be honest, guys, I think we all here can agree that Halo needs to go in the oven for at least another 6 months, at least another 6 months, 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. Let's keep it a stack here, man. This game is very bare bones. We still don't know a lot about the game. We still haven't seen a whole lot. This game is missing a lot as far as we've seen so far. Still have no release date. And granted, we might get a release date at Gamescom this week, fine. But if we don't, it's like, well, damn, when is the game coming out? But again, and this is why I say the community is going to be the downfall of Xbox. As much as people like to say, oh, Phil Spencer, and also Game Pass, right? You know, and granted, Game Pass and things like that might, you know, I can't really speak to that in a moment, but it's this community that's really going to be the downfall when it comes to Xbox, when it comes to a lot of things within this game community, because they are so accepting of a lot, or they can't even acknowledge or admit when something is messed up and needs to go back to the drawing board, be fixed. It's always, oh, but what about this? The whataboutisms. We're not talking about that. First of all, and this is why I know a lot of people in this community, one, they didn't play Last of Us Part 2. Two, well, a lot of people did. But these people specifically, they don't play factions. They don't play Uncharted or Naughty Dog multiplayers. They don't play those games. And if they do play, they suck at them, right? Let's be honest here, guys. A lot of these people asking about that ain't playing no Uncharted multiplayer, ain't playing The Last of Us multiplayer. They're only saying, oh, what about this multiplayer as a rebuttal to this whole Halo situation, and oh, the Halo needs to be delayed, or people saying that. It's not because they care about the Halo, about the Naughty Dog multiplayer. It's not because they play that shit. It's not. It's only being used as a rebuttal, and a lot of people, a good number of people in this community are looking at the present Halo in its present form right now, looking at the franchise as a whole. Again, looking at the lack of respect for this franchise. Halo is the flagship of Microsoft. They are at the forefront of everything. This not studio, this game, this franchise should be handled with the utmost respect and care and quality and love. And what I'm seeing right now, it does not look that way. Delay the game. Not to get a one-up on, and that's the other thing. And that's why I say a lot of people in this community, they can't put the console war shit to the side for a second and just look. Like, as much as these people like to say, oh, I don't care about console wars, I don't care about this, I don't follow console wars, I don't follow this. A lot of these people love to run to PlayStation's faults when you're speaking on Xbox's faults. I don't know what you like to call that, but that sounds like a fanboy to me. That sounds like some console war bullshit to me. I don't know what other people call it, but that's what it sounds like to me. If the first thing that you want to run to is PlayStation and their faults, or the lack of multiplayer for Last of Us Part 2 as a rebuttal, someone saying that Halo needs to be delayed because the game is not being handled with the love and care that it should, that a franchise of this caliber should be handled like, then maybe you are a fanboy. And what did I tell you guys? I said this a long time ago. Fans versus enablers. What did I tell you guys about that before? A fan is someone that can speak on the W's and L's. A fan is someone that can sit back and say, you know what? As a longtime fan of this franchise, a longtime supporter of Xbox and Microsoft, I'm looking at this game and I'm looking at how it's being handled right now, and I do not think it's being handled with the love and care that it should, and I think it should be delayed until it is a 100% complete experience for fans, and both new and old, to enjoy. That's a fan. That's a fan. An enabler is someone that's gonna see those issues, know that those issues exist, and sweep them under the rug and say, oh, well, yeah, I'm gonna show you an enabler. Hold on. I'm gonna show you an enabler. I'm going to show you an enabler, right? Because listen, we all, at the end of the day, we all love gaming. We all love gaming at the end of the day. That is a fact. We all love gaming. We all love gaming. But at the same time, again, guys, I want to ask this question, and I'm asking this seriously. I'm going to play this little snippet real quick. Right? And again, and when I ask this question, I want a sincere answer from you, right? I want you to hear what's being said right now from the developers. I want you to hear what's being said, and then I want you to answer this question in the chat for me. Do you think that the Halo franchise is being handled with the love and care that a franchise of this caliber is being excuse me, I'm getting tongue twisted. Hold on. Do you think the Halo Infinite of the Halo franchise, a franchise of this caliber, is being handled with the love and care that it should be handled with? I'm asking that as serious as possible, but listen to this first.
A little more time.
Yeah.
I have to ask, as you and the team were reviewing the status of co-op and Forge, was there ever discussion about potentially delaying the entire game and taking more time to get these in first?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about doing that, but where we landed was, Halo Infinite is a live game, so it isn't really ever done. You know what I mean? It's going to progress and evolve from season to season. We talk about launch being the beginning of that journey, but to have a beginning, you need to pick a moment and actually begin, So ultimately, we decided we've been working on this game for a really long time. Our fans have been waiting for this game for a really long time, with solo campaign and our first season of free-to-play multiplayer in really good shape for holiday. We didn't want to delay anymore. Let's get started, and we'll continue to evolve from there, season to season.
So what is the team acting?
Bruh. You heard what the developers said. Now I'm asking you in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, I'm asking you a question, a serious question. Is the franchise of Halo being handled, a franchise of this caliber? It's subjected to a live service game. Mind you, it's the live service games that a lot of people say they hate. Because let's use layman's terms here, ladies and gentlemen, because shout out to the developers, but he cleaned that up a little bit. Let's use the lamest terms. Shit like Destiny, that's what Halo is now. Destiny, the game that they hate. Avengers, the game that they hate. Outriders, the games they ain't play. That's what Halo is now. Ever-evolving live service game. Gas, games as a service. What's that smell? It stinks.
Cut the cap, cut the cut the cap. Cut the cap, cut the cap, cut the cap, cut the cap.
I'm asking you a serious question, ladies and gentlemen of the chat. I'm asking you a very serious question. Halo is a high caliber franchise, a highly respected franchise. Is it being handled with the proper love and care? I need answers. Answer that for me in the chat. Put a yes or no in the chat.
Cut the cap.
I gotta be honest with you guys. Based off what the community's saying, they hate games as a service games. They hate live service games. They want a complete experience. They don't want things put in after the fact that should have been put in there at launch. What do they tell you all the time? This should have been in here at launch. Is that not what they say? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't forget. Pepperidge Farms remembers. Uncle Persona remembers. Your friendly neighborhood Persona remembers. Remember, guys, the features that are cut from a game is anti-consumer, and that stuff should be in a game at launch. This is what the community tells you. Is it not?
Cut the cap.
Is this not what the community tells you, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I don't want to support Avengers because that story content should have been in the game at launch. I don't want to play Destiny because that content should have been in the game at launch. I don't want to play Ghost of Tsushima expansion because that content should have been in the game at launch.
Cut the cap.
Isn't that what they say? Features, all that stuff. Isn't that what they say? Isn't that what they've been saying for years? When it comes to live service games, isn't that what they say? That the stuff should be in the game at launch? Is that not what they say? So you have to ask yourself a question, ladies and gentlemen. You have to ask yourself a very serious question. Like, really ask yourself. Because you're seeing this, right? And you're wondering to yourself, well, damn, if games like Destiny, Avengers, Anthem, Outriders, all these other games as a service, live service games, if all these games cannot get the support from a lot of these people because that type of content should have been in at launch, right? If that type of stuff cannot get the support from these people, what's changed with Halo? Because Halo's going around the same path. You heard what the man said. I'm not saying it. I'm not pulling this out my ass. This isn't misinformation. The developers themselves are letting you know what the game is. It is a live service game. It is a live service game that is going to be ever evolving over the years. You know what that sounds like to me? Destiny. You know what game people hate? Destiny. You know what game people won't play? Destiny. You know what game people won't play? Avengers. You know what game people don't like? Anthem. You know what thing they hate in this community the most? They tried to stop me. They tried to stop me. They not gonna stop me today. They tried to stop me. They tried to stop me, but they not gonna stop me today. They not gonna stop me today. Oh, no, 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 no. They not gonna stop me today. We gonna talk today. They gonna get this truth today. They not gonna get me out the paint today. Oh, no, 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 no. They not gonna get me out the paint. Y'all gonna hear this truth. Y'all gonna hear the truth today. Oh, trust and believe. You gonna hear the truth today. Y'all go ahead and refresh. Y'all go ahead and refresh for your board, man. Y'all gonna get this sermon today. Y'all gonna get this church today. Y'all go ahead and refresh.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
But this is great for gamers. I'm a PlayStation fan too. Respect my time. I got a wife and kids. Y'all gonna get this church today. Y'all gonna get this sermon today. They ain't stopping your boy. So like I was saying, what's changed? What's so different? If all these games as a service games that have released in the past, live service games that you know build up over time, over 10 years, 5 years or whatever, if all those games can't get the support or people in the community don't like those games, what's changed? What's changed, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you what's changed. Game Pass.
Cut the cap.
Oh, you think I'm lying? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I come prepared. Ladies and gentlemen. I come very prepared. Let me pull my tweets out. Where are we at? Where are we at? Here we go. Let me pop out the chat before let me pop out the chat. I want to see what y'all talking about in the chat. All right. Yo, CTR2, what's good, bro? Yo, King Thrash, what's good? Just a Guy, what's good? Surgeon, what's good? Rollo, S, Compost, what's good, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. So here we go. Exhibit A.
It's very simple with Halo Infinite. If you want to play the complete version, then wait 3 months for co-op, wait 6 months for Forge. You don't have to play it at launch, LOL. Campaign and multiplayer are done, according to the devs. And it's on Game Pass, so no risk to you. And it's on Game Pass, so no risk to you.
And it's on Game Pass, so no risk to you.
Cut the cap, 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 cut the cap.
Let me zoom in. Yeah, let me zoom in. Let me highlight it. And it's on Game Pass, so no risk to you. What's going on, guys?
Cut the cap.
But this is great for gamers. What's going on, guys? It's on Game Pass, so no risk to you. That's why this is not a problem for people. That's why it's not a problem, because it's on Game Pass. Again, guys, what have I said? When you got something like this going into a service, why try? This is a highly respected franchise, Halo. Highly respected, subjected to a games as a service, live service game for over the next 5 to 10 years. And it's no risk to you. It's got stuff cut out, things that people hate, but it's no risk to you because it's in Game Pass. But this is great for gamers. No risk. No risk. So don't delay the game, right? Why delay the game when the campaign and multiplayer are complete? It's in Game Pass, so there's no risk to you. Let them launch it and build it as we fly. You know, I was gonna name the show that today too. That was gonna be the title of today's show. I was gonna name it "We Build It As We Fly." That was gonna be the name of the show. I ended up going with "Cut the Cap Part 2." Halo Edition, because I know it just sounded better. What do you guys think? You think the other title would have been good as well? Let me know in the chat. No, it's no risk to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the gaming community in 2021. People hate live service games and content that's being cut at launch and being put in later for other games that's charging full price. But the fact that this is going into Game Pass absolves the developers and everyone of having to complain. What's next? Everything releasing episodic? Half-baked games? What is it going to take for people? Again, this is Halo, right? This ain't some brand new IP or a new studio trying to create a quote-unquote passion project or something like that. This is a very highly respected franchise of Halo, and this is what it's subjected to. It's no risk to you. It's in Game Pass.
Cut the cap.
This is where we are in 2021, ladies and gentlemen. 2021, this is where we are. This is where we are. Any other game, people would say delay it. While I understand why people are mad about no Halo Infinite campaign co-op at launch, no, it should absolutely not be delayed again just for that. I thought they don't give release date. Oh, that's about the release date. Look at this. Look at this. People who can't play a Halo campaign without their friends aren't the biggest of Halo fans. Majority of actual Halo fans are more inclined to be okay with it. You see what I'm saying, bro? You see what I'm saying, bro? What? If someone is mad that they can't play Halo with their friends or their daughter or son or whatever are not real Halo fans, they're not the biggest Halo fans, what? What?
Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
Shout out to this guy Fitzy. Halo campaign, a Halo game without co-op campaign at launch is unacceptable. Pay us now, we'll fix it later has become the standard now, and that's pretty sad. Hey, yo, listen, bro. Shout out to this boy. What's this guy named Fitzy? Shout out to Fitzy. My boy Fitzy know what it is, bro. Man, look, buddy behind him. You can't wait 3 months? I would rather just wait 3 extra months for the game to launch. Yo. Hey, yo, shout out to these dudes in the chat. Know your worth. Know your worth as a gamer. Fuck out of here. Can't wait 3 months? Let me see what the other replies are here. We shouldn't. If we pay 70 and 80 for a game that must be finished and complete. You don't know what you're talking about. Then 343 can wait at least 3 more months for people to buy the game when it's actually finished. Woo-wee. Yo, this guy knows. This guy knows, bruh. Listen, it should be delayed. At Aaron Greenberg, listen to the fans. Forge and co-op aren't features. Those modes are essential to have a complete Halo experience. Yo, the fans want, and this is why I say the fans want this stuff, man. This ain't people just capping or some fanboy war shit. It's the listen, again, this is just my opinion. This is from how I'm looking at it. It's the people capping and not acknowledging this stuff and trying to say, oh, it don't need to be delayed. Release it now. They could just fix it later or put it in later. It's going to be in season, so it's not that big a deal. My mans, do you care about the games? Oh, well, it's releasing in Game Pass, so no risk to you. Like, my man, stop it, bruh. Oh, this is the one that like threw me off, bruh. Now I know this Stallion dude, he's got like 1 million gamer score, world's first gamer score millionaire or whatever. You know, the guy's, you know, he commands a lot of respect. He's an influencer, and I'm sure he commands a lot of respect at both Microsoft and I'm pretty sure within the community, right? So he goes, my excitement for Halo has not changed 1 single ounce. Disappointed there's no co-op at launch? Absolutely. But games these days launch as works in progress, especially a game like Halo that has so much going on. It helps that I've played it and think it's wonderful. My mans, what? Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, these people are going to be the downfall of this gaming community and industry. You think I'm bullshitting, right? And the downfall doesn't have to be, yeah, well, no, it has, like, I'm telling you, because this type of complacency and this type of complacency and acceptance, all these days, games released as works in progress? No, absolutely not.
Cut the cap.
Absolutely no, they do not. Again, go to Call of Duty, a complete experience. Go to Battlefield, a complete experience.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about, sir? Unacceptable. It should most definitely be delayed because it's not finished. People hate games, again, people hate games like Destiny and Avengers and all this other stuff because content is not in the game and this was cut and this is being added later and you gotta grind and do all this stupid shit. but so accepting of Halo. I wonder why. Yo, J Dub said, did you get one of these as well? This guy gets it. Games these days launch as works in progress. Yeah, that shouldn't be a thing. Please don't try and normalize that. Yes, I'm still excited, but still very disappointed that I won't be able to play the campaign with friends at launch like they promised. Which is, again, like they promised. Go back. Let's go back. I bookmark shit. Now, shout out to Sick, because Sick Humor TV is actually the one a long time ago. He used to say, yo, why don't you just bookmark it? I'm like, what? You can bookmark shit on Twitter? He was like, yeah, I'll be bookmarking all types of shit so I don't forget. Halo Infinite, again, August 11th, 2020. Halo Infinite was delayed to 2021. Halo Infinite loses another developer October 2020. Halo Infinite will have split screen co-op at launch. Reaffirms 343 Energies, July 23rd, 2020. August 21st, 2021. What was the 1 year delay for? Can anyone answer that? What was it for? Because we still haven't seen the campaign to be able to judge if there have been true improvements to the game. There's 4.5 months left of this year. Well, no, September. So it's September, October, November, December. Yeah, 4. There's 4 months left of this year. What the hell were you doing? And, you know, I'm more so speaking to the management. I'm speaking to management here. What the hell? What the hell have you been doing? The cap.
Cut the cap.
The cap is crazy. And this is why I'm saying, when it comes to this community, this is the type of stuff that is dangerous within the community, in my opinion, right? Because when you have so many people willing to
cut the cap
about shit like this, instead of truly speaking out and being honest about their feelings and honest about how they feel, right? And being honest about the situation, right? Saying, oh yeah, let's delay the game, let's get everything out the gate the first time. Agreeing to something like that does not make you any less of an Xbox fan. That doesn't make you any less of a Halo fan. That doesn't make you any less of anything. If anything, that makes you conscious and understanding of the situation, and in hindsight, being able to see a train wreck before it happens and being able to acknowledge, like, yo, look, as a fan, this doesn't look right. Let's fix it. That's what this is. But for so many people in this community and within this industry, because the barrier of entry is so low when it comes to Halo, because the barrier of entry is so low when it comes to Halo, in my opinion, the level of care is also lower. The more you lower the barrier of entry for something, I personally think the less someone cares, because there is no true risk, there is no true investment, right? So because you don't have, and this is why I say people buying games, I think, is very important for the community in the industry, because people give a shit about the things they're buying. People care. Like, yo, I'm spending $60 or $70 on this. Why isn't this here? No, delay the game. People are going to be more vocal about that stuff. But because the barrier of entry is so low, okay, we'll build it as we fly. I'm only paying, excuse me, I'm only paying $15 a month, or $10 a month, or $1 a month, right? The multiplayer is free. All right, fine. I mean, yeah, it sucks that it's not there, but I'm not paying for it. So why should I care? I'm telling you, that stuff is not good for the community, the industry, developers, everyone. People don't care. Like, all right, so for example, right? Say you take your kid to McDonald's, right? All right, two examples, right? Say I have a scenario for you guys, right? Especially for the folks out there with kids, right? I definitely want your thoughts on this, right? All right, excuse me. So say you take your kids to McDonald's, you get them a Happy Meal, and a little Power Ranger toy comes in the Happy Meal or whatever, right? You pull off, right? And you drive it home or whatever, and the Happy Meal toy breaks or it's broken, right? Or whatever the case may be, right? Are you gonna drive back to McDonald's and let them know, hey, look, this toy is broken, I want a new one? Or are you gonna throw the shit away and say, I mean, the Happy Meal costs $3.99. It's a cheap little toy. Who cares? Baby, I'll get you another one, right? Baby, I'll get you another toy now, baby. Don't worry about it. We'll go up to Toys R Us. Whatever, however you talk to your kids, whatever, right? Now, I think for a lot of us, you're gonna be like, hey, yo, throw that stupid ass toy in the garbage, whatever. You don't really care because it really has no true value. It's $3.99 in the Happy Meal with a cheap ass little toy, right? Now, say you go to Toys R Us. If Toys R Us still exists, I don't think there's any Toys R Us anywhere in the country anymore, which is sad. Or KB Toys or something like that, right? Wherever, like you go to a toy store or whatever, and your kid, oh my God, mommy, I want this toy, right? And you get your daughter a $40 or $30 a $30 or $40 doll, a Barbie doll or something, right? Or you get your son a $25 action figure or something like that, right? You get home, you open it up, and Barbie's head falls off. As soon as you open the thing, Barbie's head falls off. As soon as you open the action figure, G.I. Joe or Optimus Prime or whoever the fuck, it breaks. Something's wrong with it, right? Out the box, there's something wrong with it. You gonna drive back to that Toys R Us with your receipt and say, hey, bruh, I just bought this for my kid the other day and I opened it up and the thing was broken. I want a new one. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for letting us know. Oh, yes, we'll definitely get you. No, you're gonna either want your money back or you're gonna want a replacement because you paying some money there, so you demand that quality. There's a difference. Now, which one do you think Halo is in this scenario when it comes to the people? Which do you think it is? Is Halo the Happy Meal with the cheap little Power Ranger toy, $2.99, $3.99 Happy Meal? Or is Halo the Toys R Us $25, $30, $40 action figure / Barbie doll for your kid? Which side of the fence do you think Halo lives in? Let us know in the chat. I think we all know which one, but that's the point. It's not right. It's not fair. Yo, Blandrew, what's good, bro? It's not right. It's not fair. But this is how the community views it. I don't care what anyone tries to say. Oh, well, I'm a big fan of Halo. I just care about this. I don't care about that. I don't care. It doesn't matter. When you look at how the franchise is being treated, no bueno. No bueno. But who's going to speak up? Ladies and gentlemen, who's going to speak up? When you're paying $1 to $15 a month, who's going to speak up? I'll tell you who. No one. Because you're only paying $1 to $15 a month. So you're going to be accepting of it.
Cut the cap.
Insane, bruh. Not those brain dead cultists on Xbox. Yo, Sam, that's what I'm saying, bruh. Like, and here's the thing. With The Last of Us 2, right? Because again, You see a lot of people saying, "Oh well, I'll show you a good one. I'll show you a good one. Hold up, I'm about to put my boy on. I'm about to put FC Violent on the big screen real quick, man, because he tried to come for me. Don't come for me unless I send for you, nigga." Crazy, right? I'll show you. Where is it? Hold up, I'm trying to find it. Give me a second. 1 second, guys. I've been posting a lot of gameplay lately. Jeez. Which is a good thing, obviously, but I'm just saying. Where is this shit at? Where is this at, man? I should have bookmarked. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning with this thread right here. Let's start from the beginning with this thread right here, right? So we saw the news last week on Friday, and I asked, does Halo need another delay? And I'm genuinely asking that. Does Halo need another delay? Right? And what was I saying? What was I just telling you guys earlier? Someone that hit dog a holler. You understand? If you run it, it's the first thing you do is run the PlayStation's faults when they're dealing with something like this. You're a fanboy. I don't care how you try to spin it. You're a fanboy, right? So FC, he gonna say. So FC says, no, Halo co-op is a bummer at launch. Wonder how long it would take. I haven't done Halo co-op in a minute, so if it isn't too big of a delay, then do it. For me personally, I play single player solo and go straight into MP. I see a lot of concerned PS fans in this chat. Wish we had the same concerns for The Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer. I am waiting on that. Right? So I quote tweet and I say, why is PlayStation the first thing you ran to when I asked this question? Are you an Xbox fanboy?
Cut the cap.
Right? So he quote tweets and he says, no, I genuinely asked the question. Seems this has gone dark and no one is talking about it. Are you a PlayStation fanboy by not bringing it to light? CFC Violet, excuse me, CFC, this is where you've made a mistake. So then I say, LMAO, you definitely don't watch my content. I have expressed my frustrations multiple times for that factions multiplayer. L.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
L. What was I just saying to you guys earlier today in the show? Fans versus enablers. Let's go. Let me get something to drink. Yeah, I love cold water, man. It tastes so good. Fans versus enablers. Right? A fan could speak on the W's and L's. An enabler is just gonna say, oh,
it's not that big a deal to me. It's not that big a deal to me.
why is the first thing you ran to is PlayStation? And again, you clearly don't watch my content, sir. Because I have been very vocal about factions and about Naughty Dog slacking off and about the factions and all this other stuff in that news. Huh? Oh, you think I'm lying? But you see, hold on, before I even do that. You see, then he says, oh, good to know someone from the PS community addressed it. You see what I mean? The man deflected the entire conversation and flipped it to PlayStation. You see what I mean? with these Xbox and the Xbox community. You niggas, folks can't even speak on their own L's. They can't even speak about the things that the problem within the space. It's always got to go back to PlayStation. What is this obsession with PlayStation? We're talking about Xbox. But you know what? I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure there's someone watching this show and saying, well, were PlayStation fans talking about factions? Factions. Here we oh ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Let me explain something to you. 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 Let me explain. Hear me out right quick. Hear me out right quick. Hear me out right quick. Right quick. Right quick. Hear me out right quick. PlayStation Nation. Let me tell you something. Persona speaks. Optic Persona. Gaming with Persona. I stand true with what I say and what I do within this community. I don't cap.
Cut the cap.
I'm about my shit. Shit that I care about in this community. Shit that I want. I don't care if it's PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, or whoever. If it's something that I want, I'm always going to be vocal. But you guys know
Cut
this.
the cap.
You guys know this. You guys know this. You guys know this about me. That's why you come through. That's why you rock with me, because I always keep it real. I don't need to cap. I don't need to cap, because I'm always real. And let's go to the date real quick. Let's go to the date real quick. Real quick. What does that say? 9:11 a.m. on December 3rd, 2020. When PlayStation was showing this bullshit about Abby and all this trailer bullshit and all this bullshit, what did I say? As cool as this is, it's not necessary. I would rather they revealed a trailer for Factions multiplayer or a teaser for the PS5 enhancement patch. We don't want to see nothing but that Factions. December 3rd, 2020. I've always been about this. Ladies and gentlemen, this ain't no cap. I've always been about this. Always. There's no need for me to cap, because what I say, I care about gaming. Things that I want, I have no problems voicing. Things that I care about, I have no problems being vocal about. It's the cap within this community that is going to be the downfall. I have no problems telling PlayStation, Naughty Dog, Neil Druckmann, or whoever, hey, I love Last of Us 2. Hey, I love the work you do, but I need that Factions. Respectfully. I need that Factions. Because I don't need the cap. No one needs the cap in this community on the PlayStation side, because we speak on what we want. That's why PlayStation is first place. That's why PlayStation has the best games. That's why PlayStation is number one, and their games sell and their consoles sell. I have no issues speaking on it. You can't come for me. Because I always keep it 100. Because again, I'm a fan and not an enabler. So that's all I'm saying. PlayStation fans want that Factions, right? So all these Xbox fans trying to use, yo, Iron Panther, what's good, bro? All these Xbox fans trying to use, oh well, you know, what about Factions? Are PlayStation fans being vocal about that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's look. Let's look. Let's do. Let's nip this in the bud. Let's nip this in the bud already. Let's nip this in the bud. Let's nip it. I want factions in Last of Us 2. Factions. These are the latest. These are all just the latest. People are asking for factions. This is all just from yesterday. Or like last week, I should say. Let's do 2020. Alright, so we have to do Last of Us factions. Or should we do factions too? Let's do factions too. Factions too. Let's see it. Let's see what that says. It's gotta be The Last of Us. You two factions. Factions. Look, asking for factions. OBJ. Asking for factions. Look, here we go. April 9th. Another one from your boy Gaming with Persona. At PlayStation. I love at Naughty Dog's games as much as the next person. We do not need a remake of The Last of Us. All we want is The Last of Us 2 factions and then let them move on to the new project. I know the great minds at Naughty Dog have so many great game ideas. Listen to your real fans. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been about this. I keep saying this. I have no issues letting PlayStation, Naughty Dog, or whoever know how I feel. I have no problem speaking on the L's. I have no problem speaking on whatever within this community because I keep it real. That's the second post I made talking about this back in April. The first one was in 2020. FC Violent.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
I don't need the cap, man. I don't need the cap. They go to second post from your boy. Look, German strand looking for factions. Factions. Look, people want factions. Look, shout out to Oblivious. Shout out to my boy Oblivious. Oblivious 334. The Last of Us 2 factions MP remains a myth. The man want the factions. The community wants the factions. Ain't no cap around here.
Cut the cap.
Ain't no cap around here. So so you have to ask yourself, what are Xbox fans talking about when they say, where are PlayStation fans when they were asking for factions? Where are PlayStation fans being vocal about the fact that multiplayer factions in Last of Us 2 wasn't there? They're all around you. You just don't want to look. They're all around you. You just don't want to look. They're all around you. You just don't want to look. Look, aggressively paranoid. Factions when? When is factions? When is factions? You're assuming that people didn't like The Last of Us 2's unfinished game. They do. Factions are still missing. Oh, that's slow-mo. I'm hoping we see more of Kena Bridges Spears' The Last of Us 2, but would like to see some information or the release. Shout out to my boy Mooch. Shout out to my boy Mooch. Shout out to my boy Mooch. Speaking facts out here. He want that factions. Mooch wants the factions. You understand? Factions. PlayStation fans are speaking up about what they want. They're speaking up about what they want. Oh, a few predictions. The Last of Us 2 PS5 and Factions 2 release date from February. People are speaking up about what they want. Last of Us 2 Director's Cut, Factions multiplayer. PlayStation fans are speaking up about what they want. So for the Xbox fans that's trying to use The Last of Us 2, cut it out. Because PlayStation fans are most definitely speaking up to both PlayStation and Naughty Dog about what they want, and that's Factions. They have been since day one. So hold that L.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
Cut the cap. Factions. I want factions. Factions. I want factions. I smell Factions multiplayer. I want factions. Yo, Don John Sean, what up? He says, how does he follow Persona but misses all these posts about factions? You know why? Because he's ignoring it. People are ignoring this stuff. This stuff has been here since last year when The Last of Us 2 first released. When it first released, people were saying, where's factions? Since day one, people have been vocal about factions. And you know what Naughty Dog said? Where factions is still coming. Excuse me. We are creating a much larger story. Which Last of Us Part 2 is like a 40-hour story. Hello? That is the complete experience. But you see it, people asking for factions. So the next time you see an Xbox fanboy asking you, oh, well, what about Last of Us 2 factions? You guys weren't vocal about that. You point them to the search bar on Twitter and say, go look yourself. Go search up TLOU2 factions and tell me what you bring. Tell me what comes up. You know what you see? PlayStation fans of all different walks of life, of all different different ilks, letting you know I want factions. And you know who else you'll see? Your friendly neighborhood Persona, your Uncle Persona, also letting PlayStation and Naughty Dog know we want factions. And as for the Xbox, as for 343, as for Halo, it is what it is at this point. The franchise should be respected. I have nothing but respect for developers. I'm looking at management when it comes to a lot of this stuff, because whatever decisions are being made at the top ain't working. I do stand by Halo needing to be delayed at least 6 to 8 months, even possibly another year, to get the proper content in day one. Because again, I'm going off what the requirements are from the community, ladies and gentlemen. The community told me and you and everyone here, the community told you they do not like half-baked games. The community told you that they do not like games as a service. The community told you that features and content being cut out of the game just to be packaged in later to make it look like more content is coming to a game is not good. It is anti-consumer. It is wrong. And for a franchise like Halo, the caliber of a franchise like this, it's disrespectful.
Cut the cap. Cut cut the cap.
It's disrespectful. Oh, Chris said check DM on Twitter. Let me see. Look, and, shout out to my boy Chris. Shout out to my boy Chris Righteous. My man said, hey, Persona, I'm there too. Look, November 24th, 2020, Chris Righteous. That's cool and all, but where's factions? No, September 2020, September 22nd, 2020. Hopefully we get to see factions multiplayer. Shout out to my boy Chris. Shout out to my boy Chris. PlayStation fans want that factions. Oh, you think, I think Bari as well. Everyone was asking for it. BG, Bari, PlayStation fans are asking for this. Jack move. So to think that PlayStation fans don't want this or have not been vocal, you're out of your mind. And you need to cut
cap.
And you need to cut the cap.
Cut the cap.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm about to chill, play some video games, probably play some COD. See if I want to play COD. Yeah, man, listen, at the end of the day, man, Halo as a franchise needs to be respected. People in this community need to be more vocal about the things that they truly dislike within this community, or else risk the downfall of this gaming community. It's that simple. Like, we're gonna have to get straight to the point. We're gonna have to get straight to the point with this stuff. Enough beating around the bush, because beating around the bush and not being vocal about this stuff is causing the shit that we're seeing now. If you're not okay with something, voice it. Speak out. Who cares what people think? Who cares what people think about what you have to say? As long as you're respectful, obviously be respectful. Don't be out here harassing developers and don't do that. Don't do that. I know you guys aren't. PlayStation Nation, I know y'all not like that, but I still want to put that out there. Don't be out here harassing developers and people. But still, speak on the things that you're not happy about, or the things that you truly dislike. Speak on it. Put your thoughts out there. Right? It's nothing wrong with that. And don't let anyone in this community make you feel otherwise. Speak on the things you dislike. Speak on it. I have no problem speaking on it, man. I think Halo needs to be delayed at the very least, another 6 months. 6 to 8 months. At the very least, another 6 to 8 months. The very least. I stand by that wholeheartedly. I stand by that. I have nothing but respect for the developers. I know they're working very hard. I stand by that. I stand by it. Halo needs to be delayed. It's not ready. We still haven't seen the campaign, and if we don't see the campaign at this Gamescom, I'm worried. At that point, I'm worried. At this Gamescom, we need to see campaign. We need to get a release date. We need to see the improvements. We have to see the improvements. With that being said, guys,
Cut the cap.
cut the cap. And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys. Please be safe. Enjoy your evening. I'll see you guys later in the week. Since Gamescom is happening this week, you'll definitely see a couple more shows from me this week talking about Gamescom and like what we've seen, especially with Xbox show and a couple of other things at Gamescom. We'll definitely be talking about that this week. Also, this weekend, no What's Up PlayStation podcast. Bari is going out of town. So we're going to be taking a break this week, but we will be back next Saturday, same time, same place, same crew, the Wups crew. And it'll be a lot of news to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all, man.
Cut the cap.
Don't be out here capping, guys.
Cut the cap.
Don't be out here capping, guys. Cut the cap. And with that being said, guys, I'm out. See you guys later in the week. And we out. Peace.